Hello. Let's do some yoga. Welcome. So let's start on the floor. Hi. I didn't get to do my yoga earlier today, so I'm so pleased to be with you doing it here. I'll find my white background. Here it comes. That's my tech support is the white blanket. Good. Taking our rotations, inhale and exhale around and forward. We're just landing on the mat and saying hello to our bodies. Let's just get into the body. Let go of the day. Inhale up and exhale around and forward. Good. Inhaling up, exhale around. So nice to just breathe and move. Good. So today we're going to visit our oscillating sprinkler pose and some twist poses that are special from my teacher who's in her 80s. And has a wonderful way of doing them. So I thought I'd share them today. Inhale to the center. Good. Exhale, other way. Go in a circle all the way around. Inhaling up. Exhaling around and forward. So I went to the car shop today, which is always a field trip. And I go to one in Berkeley, and it's a really small shop. It's really it is actually a field trip and kind of fun to go. And it always feels good to get that tune up, so you're covered and got your ducks in a row in that regard. Inhaling up, exhale around and forward. Sometimes if I feel like procrastinating or if I'm tired or things like that, sometimes it can feel good to just get one thing done in a day, such as make that appointment to get the car serviced. I met someone once and she said she's happy if she gets one thing done in a day. Inhaling, come up and stay up. Let's take one knee in. Good. Inhaling, exhale around and forward and up. And breathing here. We have these sort of muted colors here. Let me see what I can do with the drapes while you still rotate. Is it the same? We'll see. So we're still just taking it in a circle. And out. You'd be surprised how simple things like this can just really help make the day feel a little more integrated. Integrated in yourself and in your interactions with other people. Good. Very nice. And let's switch. Draw the straight leg in. Other one out. Inhale, center. Exhaling around and forward. It can help the mood. It can help take the mind off of concerns and worries. And if you notice yourself feeling anxious at all, ever, and sometimes it can be just the one pose that you could go to is legs up the wall. I don't have a wall in this screen here, but I can show you what I mean to get legs up the wall, and it's just like it sounds. You just sit your bum near a wall and let the legs come up to the wall, and it has a beautifully balancing effect on the physiology, and it can help calm the mind. So if you know that pose, you could do it right now. You could do it for 5 minutes. You could do it for 20 minutes. However long you need, you let that happen. Inhale up and stay up. Good. Let's draw the soles of the feet together. Knees are wide. If it's something you would like to prop your knees up with a blanket or a bolster, feel free. If you'd like to sit on a blanket, that's another idea. For your back, what I want to do now is hold the ankles, and I'm just going to take a Bhastrika breath, and the knees butterfly up and down. Exhale through the nose, inhale through the nose. Exhale as the knees come down. And let it go. Just breathe in and out. And exhale. Taking it again. Knees up and down, Bhastrika breath. And let that go. And then here, I'm just going to let myself inhale and lengthen the back. Let it just be nice and long. Yeah? And exhale, I round the spine. Just relax that holding, and you relax and let it just release with a gentle curve of the spine. Good. And then we inhale and just come back up, and let's take a couple more butterflies with the knees. Dog pan through the nose. And let it go. And we inhale, draw ourselves up, nice long spine. Good. Exhale, let yourself curve. Very nice. And just breathe in and out. I'm going to change the light in here once more. It turns out that the sun needs a little bit of a filter. Thank you for your patience. Good. So we have our legs just right here. Yes. And then what I'd like to do is just take both legs out straight. Inhale, hands come up. Curve the back, scoop the belly. Yes. And then jump over the traces with the hip bones as they glide over the femur bones. And you either let the hands land at the shins or to the side. Yeah. Just let yourself land where you land, and you breathe as you fold forward here. Audible sighs and yawns, very welcome. Good. Very nice. Couple more breaths there. Good, and then I'm just going to take wide legs, and I'm going to take a few jiggles and Bhastrikas. So what that means is, and again, your legs don't have to be very wide, okay? Make it comfortable, yes? And then I just am going to go back and forth in my own skin, and you exhale as the hips come back through the nose. And that dog pant through the nose. Exhale, hips come back. And then the inhale just sort of happens. Yes, come to center. You just take a breath. Inhale and exhale, and just do nothing but breathe. Good. And we take it again. This time we initiate it from our elbows, from the arms. So it's a slightly different initiation. First one with the pelvis, second one with the arms. Same movement, same breath. It's kind of a knack, and you just play with it, and it'll take a little time, and then you'll go, oh, that feels pretty good. And it doesn't have to look exactly like mine. You find your own rhythm, your own thing. Easing into that low back here. Yes, coming back up. Inhale and exhale. Yeah, good. Let's take it one more time both ways. So this one initiates from the pelvis. Dog pan through the nose. Good, and that's not something we normally do in a lot of classes at the gym, right? It's this secret sauce. It's a really lovely one from this classical style Ashtanga yoga, which is what my teacher taught me for 20 years. And it's just a very gentle, meditative, kind of a moving meditation if you like. It's good. So let's take it, pump the arms. It's what yogis do under the mango trees. And pump the arms. Out breath as the hips come back. Good, and just come to center and breathe. It's so nice to know and feel that other people are doing this with us. And just breathing together, slowing down together. There's just a real help in community and feeling connected. And this is an intention and a way to do that with each other and just get connected in our bodies as we do that in community. Even if it's virtual, it's still happening. There's an energetic gathering. Yes, good. So now I'm just going to release back. And I'm just going to pretend that I'm laying at the beach, or sitting at the beach, rather. Good. And you just let the chin fall toward the chest and feel the length in the back of the neck. Feel the relaxation in the pose. Good. And then inhale, lift the chest up to the sky. Put your glasses somewhere where they won't fall off. And look at this. I've got my ballot. Vote. Here we go. Inhale. Yeah, let the chest be up. I was sitting on the balcony trying to look at all those glossy photos of who's running for what office, doing my good college try to get a little informed. Good, and then chin to chest. If we're willing to work hard for our jobs or for school, I don't know why I don't take more time out to look at all the glossy pictures and get online and get a little bit of information. So anyway, you can sit out in the sun tomorrow and take a look at it. Inhale, lift the chest. Good. Exhaling, release that. And chin to chest, let the hands support you behind you like you're sitting on the beach. So we did a version of this last week in one of the classes. And what I want to show you is a slightly varied way to do it. And that is to use some counting if you like. Not everyone wants to. And so if you don't want to, you just don't do it. But if you wish to try, you inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. 4s are supposed to be very stabilizing and grounding, steady. And then you inhale, you hold 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And just pause. 2, 3, 4. Good. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. And just stay. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. Back behind you come the hands. 2, 3, 4. And doing the 4s can make it meditative in a different way. If you feel you want some stability and something grounding, good. And here we are. We'll take it again. Inhaling. 1, 2. As the hands come up. 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Drift the hands down. 2, 3, 4. Notice the core strength there. And then hands to the floor. 2, 3, 4. Yes, pause. 2, 3, 4. And inhale up. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, hands drift behind you this time. 2, 3, 4. And pause. 2, 3, 4. Good. So that's the idea. If you would like to practice that in your own time, we'll take it one more time and I'll be just counting, but you can do your own counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hands up and pause. 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, forward drift. 2, 3, 4. Palms press. 2, 3, 4 to the floor there. Good. Inhaling, up come the hands. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, back behind you are the hands. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Lift the chest this time. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. And round the back. Relax. 2, 3, and 4. Good. I can feel a difference already when I do that. You may not feel like doing it all the time that way, but if your energy feels that it could use some gathering and some centering, that can be a lovely one. And I wanted to share it with you. Good. Now let's come back up to a long spine, our seat, and I'll figure out the lighting as we go, but this is sort of a subdued palette. It's actually sort of an aesthetic I would almost do intentionally. I quite like it. And we'll figure it out as the time changes happening. It changes a little bit, and we can make it a virtue and just sort of make it an artistic, varied experience, which I kind of appreciate. I think it's pretty. And also you can always use my anchor, my voice as an anchor. And really the visual is just something to peek at. And then you go back into your body and your own experience, right? So you can focus on the audio too. Oh, now I'd like to take us into this twist. So I'm going to bring one knee up toward the chest. Other one is extended in front of me. Hug my arms around my knee, or just lace my fingers and draw them around my shin or my knee, and just draw it toward the chest. Long spine. And that might just be enough. And you breathe here. And so today when I took my car to the shop, if you can believe it, I went in for a 90,000 mile check at 100,000 miles and found out I already had done the 90,000 mile check. The gentleman there was kind enough to let me know. And so we just did something simple instead. And it was so fun to find out that sometimes, you know, you've done more than you think you have, or you're enough more than you think you are. You know, you've done the thing you need to do, and you almost forget to give yourself credit, right? So it was just a nice little microcosm of, hey, I guess I wasn't late in doing that. I was actually ahead and I didn't even know it. And I think yoga would kind of like that concept. So we just breathe there with that knee there. And then if you want, if you're happy there, you can keep just breathing there. If you want, I'm going to cross I'm using one foot, the bent knee foot I'm going to cross it over the extended leg around the knee area, or wherever yours lands, wherever your hamstrings allow. And you just hug it in there. Good. And here, I'm going to hug my opposite hand toward the bent knee, kind of hug it. Or again, I can just use the hand. Pardon the technical moment. I did need to shut the phone down next round. Good. So again, we're just letting the hand come toward the knee or the elbow. The forearm sort of hugs the knee towards you. Let's see if you can see better if I do this. Yeah. And then the other hand is behind you. You can make a gorilla fist if that works. And you just breathe there. You really don't have to do anything. It's already being done for you when you get there. And if you want, you can inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, twist. And my teacher, let's do a couple of both. I've had different teachers. So this one will inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, twist. Wringing out the washcloth, physically, emotionally. Inhale, lengthen. Exhaling, twist. Good. And then you know what my teacher, who's in her 80s, would do, and I love this because it is so different from your usual classes, is she would kind of relax back with a straighter spine than our first series with the oscillating sprinkler, but sort of lean back like you're at the beach and you've got your arm crossed around your knee and you're in a twist, but you're not efforting a ton. And what you've got is a nice long spine still, but you're leaning back and you get to relax. And guess what's happening while you do that? The twist, right? So you find in this style of yoga where you can let go of tension you don't need to hold the pose. Yes. Isn't that beautiful? Just that, a little bit of letting go of the efforting that we're used to feeling, that we're used to feeling called upon to apply. And maybe there are places where we can let go a little bit. Yeah, and maybe we can do that in life a little bit in small bits and see how that feels. Good. Maybe you can get a B in your yoga, a B plus even. You don't have to get an A, just let go of a few things and maybe it'll still be, good enough. Lovely. Or get a C in your yoga. I mean, who cares? I think it's about being kind to ourselves. I used to have a principal and he would say, be kind to yourself and others on the intercom in grade school. Good. Now, I'm just going to lift here. Now, what I want you to do is you stay where you are. I'm just going to spin so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to take my arms to the opposite side. Both hands come to the floor and just take a slightly alternate twist, and it's just an alternate side to balance the sides. I learned this from a yoga teacher at a rock climbing gym and just loved it. I was like, oh, wow, that's fun. You could bend that straight leg if it feels better on the back and more supported, or leave it straight. Yeah, good. Back off if anything feels like more than you need right now. Good, and then we come back to center. Good. If your legs are crossed like this, if you can see, well, some of you might have one leg out straight. Some of you might have the bottom leg knee bent. And what I'm going to do, and let me see if I can remember it. It's from a teacher who discovered this at the beach somewhere. She just sort of made it up. And so I'm going to reach the hand through, thread the needle through the knees here, and grab the one foot. Take the other hand, grab the top foot, and then she would uncurl, and let the legs be long. This is all optional. It's just for fun. Good. And letting that go. And keep it small. Don't do too much. Yeah? Good. Okay. Taking the other side. So lengthen the legs in front of you. And draw the second side knee up to the chest. Lovely. And you just clasp the hands around the knee. Or you can, just hug the knee to you with your forearms intertwined, just however it's easy to do. Yeah. Yes, just as you would be sitting on the floor talking to friends, if you were somewhere where people sit on the floor, like India. Yeah. And breathe here. I was hearing people on the radio talk about Halloween and how maybe some people might take their kids to go see their social pod, go see three or four families who you already see, and maybe wipe the candy or whatever makes it work, or don't even use candy and just wave and say hi. And I saw someone in the park today, or rather this weekend, and I'm talking because we're still hugging that knee to the chest. There's a method to my story at the moment, which is to just get your back nice and used to being in this position. Yeah. I saw someone in the park dressed up as a hot dog. I thought that was fun. Good. Now I'm just going to wrap the opposite hand toward the bent knee and wrap the forearm around it, or the crook of the elbow around it. Other hand comes behind you to press and to support. And so we'll take the first way is inhale, lengthen the spine, exhale, twist. Yeah, inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhaling, twist. Good, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, looking navel, rib cage, head over to the side. Very nice. Good. And then let's do that other variation where you lean back slightly and you're just hanging out at the beach, except you've got that opposite elbow over the opposite knee, and you relax, and a whole lot of good twist is happening within range and sustainable. Thing of beauty. Yeah? Good. So just breathing here, you can kind of look over back towards your shoulder. And here, I didn't mention that you can either keep your foot in the inside of the knee where it was, or cross it over that straight leg. Yeah? Yogi's choice. Breathe here. Good. Inhaling and exhaling. Yeah, very, very nice. You get this gentle twist. And like I said, it's like wringing out a washcloth. Physically, It cleanses the organs, refreshes the organs. Very nice. Beautiful. Yes? Good. When you feel ready, when you feel complete, you just come back to center. And I'm going to, you can keep your bottom leg long, or you can bend that knee underneath, if that makes sense. And then here, I'm going to lean over to the opposite side that I was turning to before. I'm going to lean both hands to the opposite side, hands to the floor, and I just lean and feel that stretch on the other side body or wherever you feel it. So nice. Good. Very well done. Good. And then we come to the center. Leave the legs where they are. If you want to do the little the fun piece that you did that my teacher figured out on the beach, I'm going to thread my hand through the needle here toward the bottom foot. Other hand comes to the top foot, and then I unfurl. Be careful, just be real gentle with your hamstrings. Only go as far as they go right now, not how far they went last Thursday. Okay? Only if it feels good, let it go. When it's ready to be let go. Yeah. Good. So there's that. Let's just massage the feet for a sec real quick. I've got soles of the feet toward each other. Very nice. Massage the feet is a massage for the whole body. I'm really enjoying doing this with you. I sound like Mr. Rogers. It really is kind of a pleasure, though, to know we're all doing this together. There you go. Very nice. Let's take our comfortable seat, and I'm just going to take a centering breath. Inhale, hands come up. Pause. Exhale, hands come down through center. And what we're doing here, y'all, is letting the body reassimilate after twisting both ways. There's a lot of good sort of afterglow or after current or something like that, where the body is still assimilating the movement we did. Inhale, hands are up. Pause. Exhale, down through the center they come. Very nice. Yes. Yeah. And let's take the shoulders into an alternate shoulder roll. So I'm going to inhale one shoulder up. Exhale around and back, the other one follows. So you're swimming your shoulders, if you will. Inhaling with one shoulder, exhaling as it comes around and down, and the other one just sort of swims alternately with it. Good. Warming and loosening that upper back. Good, and change direction. You can choose the other shoulder this time. Match the breath with that one. Inhaling as it comes up. Exhale around and down. Inhaling up. And release. Swimming the shoulders in the other direction. So our yoga gives the mind a chance to focus on just the movement and the breath. It's a mini vacation. If you can really just focus on the movement and the breath, it gives the mind a breather from its usual tape recording of whatever we're thinking about or needing to do. I had a teacher in Tahoe, and she said, let the to-do list float down the river. Yeah. Good. And let that pause when you're done. Good. Draw the shoulders up toward the ears. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Slowly come the shoulders down to pause and rest. And then I had a teacher who would say, let it go. And then really let it go. See if it comes down just one more level of breath or level of awareness or level physically. Or level of breath. If a sigh happens, even better. Inhale, letting the shoulders come up. Squeeze until you feel like you've had enough of the squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then slowly the shoulders come down and release. And then really let it go. Yeah. See how much you can slow down and do less. One more time. Come up with the shoulders. Inhale. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then letting it all out with one sigh. Let it go. Good. Very nice. Good. Let's come down to the floor. And I want to show you this version of legs up the wall without a wall, because not all of us have one, and it can be useful to know how to do it anyway. So I'm on the floor. Let's breathe into the belly. Pretend you're in a hammock or somewhere beautiful. Go to Mexico in your imagination with that beautiful blue water. Inhale into the belly. Imagine you just laid down on the sand. And ease any tension out of the low back with the help of the breath. Good. And then breathing into the chest to ease any tension out of the upper back. So half of the yoga is just getting to class. And then once you finally get here, you just let go and let someone else take the reins or drive for a moment, and you get to choose what you want to do, of course, out of all of it, but you just get to let go and let someone's voice be the guide so that you can relax for an hour. So you made it, you got here, good work. Good, let's draw the knees to the chest. First, inhaling, knees toward the chest. Clasp the hands around the knees or one hand on each knee, whichever feels better. Good, and then release the stretch, but not the knees. Inhale toward the chest. Come the knees. You give yourself a hug. Good, and exhale, you release that squeeze. Good, and then this time I'll let the feet gently come back to the floor. I'm going to gently roll the tailbone and the hips just barely off the floor a little so that I can scoot my hands under my bum. So palms to the floor. And the buttocks are resting on the backs of the hands. Comfortably as possible. So scoot till you find that. And then one knee to the chest. Both knees are toward the chest. And let's unfurl. Let the feet come toward the sky. Very nice. And this way we get a nice inversion. And a sigh if you're lucky. So as much as you can, balancing the ankles and the feet over the hips so that they're not falling too far away from you. But wherever it's something you could stay and breathe in for a while. So if you're at the wall at home, this is one that you can do if you know anyone who has trouble sleeping. It can help people relax. I've actually fallen asleep in this pose after salsa dancing and my legs get all tingly. So you could set a little timer or something to get you out of it for after 20 minutes or something like that. But here, if you can breathe just a few more rounds of breath, we're getting most of the benefits of a handstand here. Breathing. Good. Good. And when you're ready to come out, you just scoot the hands out from under the buttocks, and then you let the knees bend. Draw the knees to the chest one more time if you wish. Good. And again, draw knees to the chest. Good. And let's bicycle the feet. Let's bicycle the legs here. This works the core just a little bit. Good. Draw the navel toward the spine. Strengthening gently the core here. Good. And reverse the legs. Reverse the bicycle direction. Good. Notice how that uses some strength, even just laying on your back. Pretty cool, right? Good. And you let that pause and draw the knees to the chest once more. Breathing into the low back, sending the breath to the low back. Good. Noticing what happens if you just let yourself breathe and pause. Good. Now I'm going to draw. Let's do our teardrop pose. So I'm going to take the soles of the feet together the way we did earlier in class in that Baddha Konasana, knees out to the side like a butterfly pose. So soles of the feet together, clasp the hands around the feet. Yes. And you breathe there just for a sec. This is nice to get into the low back. Good, and I'll take the hands to the ankles, draw the ankles toward the chest. And we're doing this gently. Gently let the elbows rest in the inner knee there. But we're not pressing hard. We're just supported and in connection here. Good. Exhale, you let go of that stretch. Inhale, teardrop. Soles of the feet are still together mostly, or maybe the inner edges of the feet. And I lengthen the legs up so that there's this teardrop shape between the legs with the feet up toward the ceiling. Good. And exhale, feet come back down toward the body. Soles of the feet together and holding the ankles still. And breathe there. Good. Inhale, draw the ankles toward the chest. Taking it again. So nice. Exhale, release the stretch. Inhale, draw that up. Toward the sky come the feet, teardrop. So I'm still holding the ankles, but the feet are up toward the sky, inner edges of the feet together. Teardrop in that space between the legs, or a raindrop, whatever you like. Good. Exhale, the feet come back down, still holding the ankles, and just breathe in and out a couple times. Good. And then taking it one more time, draw the ankles toward the chest. Exhaling, let that stretch go. And inhale, teardrop. Good. And exhale, down come the feet, still holding the ankles. Inhale, exhale. Good. And then draw the knees back together. Draw them toward the chest. Good. And gently the feet find the floor. Good. And what I want you to do is just take a breath or two into the belly and take some windshield wipers and let the knees come back and forth. Very small at first, maybe from 11 to 1 on the face of a clock. Windshield wipers, so nice to get into the low back there. Good, and then maybe the knees come out to 2 and 10 o'clock. Good. And then as the back starts to warm and loosen, you let the knees just go side to side where they comfortably rock side to side. Isn't it so nice to just carve out a little bit of time in the day and do this? Even if you feel like you don't have time, it's that yoga doesn't take time, it makes time, makes the day more satisfying, helps your interactions with others, or you could see if it does. Be a scientist and check it out. See what you notice. Inhaling and exhaling. Side to side with the knees, and then they come into center. Good. And then just I'm going to let my left leg go out long and take the right foot gently on top of the left knee, arms in a T position. And then I'm just going to use the fingertips almost like I'm playing the piano with my fingers, and help that to press me over toward the side into a crocodile twist. And you just let that knee come over toward the left, any amount, wherever you land. It'll be up in the air somewhere at a diagonal, and you just let yourself get a little gentle spinal twist. And breathe there. And it doesn't have to come far. It really doesn't matter. We're just revisiting that twist we did today. Full circle. Breathing. Good. And you let yourself just rock back to the center. Let the foot come back to the floor. Bend both knees. Good. Notice how you feel. Good. And then I'll extend the other leg, second side leg. And so that's the right leg for me. And taking the left foot gently on top of the right knee. And very gently, we're barely putting any weight there. It's just sort of touching. Yes, and then fingertips to the floor, out in a T position are the arms. And just rock yourself over to the right, any amount, just wherever you land. And breathe into the twist. And we're cleansing the organs here. Your liver is on the right, your stomach on the left. Just getting a nice refreshment with the deeper deeper organs, and we're doing it very gently, backing off wherever you wish. Breathing into the twist. Good, and then you let yourself rock back to center. And you let it go. Let the breath go. Let the pose go. Feet on the floor, knees bent. Letting the toes spill onto the floor like cream. Maybe drawing a circle with the nose, like you're painting a circle on the ceiling with a paintbrush. And then the other direction with that. Drawing a little tiny circle with the nose. Good. Breathing. Good. And then when you're ready, you can please feel free to stay right where you are. And just take your Shavasana however you like to there. And if you are called to, you can roll to your side and take a couple breaths. And then pressing with the strength of your arms to come up into a seated position. And just taking a moment to get used to sitting upright again. And breathe in and out. Just take a few circles with the torso, circling around. Inhaling as you come up. Exhaling around and forward. Good. Good. And then taking it the other direction with your lovely circles. Those beautiful round planets and their elliptical orbits, tracing that circle in the universe, in your body. The poetry of it. Good. Yes. And then you come back to the center. Inhale, shoulders come into a rotation. Inhale up, exhale around and down. And breathe. Taking your time to come back to the room, back to your day. Inhaling, come up the shoulders. Exhale around and down. Inhaling up and around. Just exploring where your own body likes to rotate here, making it as big or as small as you wish. Good. And choose an exhale. Shoulders come down and stay nice and low and relaxed. Inhale. So that we have this lovely exhale for the head to come around and forward and up comes the head. Inhale. Exhale around and forward. Again, coming full circle with our rotations. Good. And then we choose an inhale to let the head come up and stay up. Inhale there. Exhale. The head comes around and forward the other direction. Yeah, inhaling up. Exhale around and down. Inhaling up and around. Good. Let yourself take an inhale and let the head come up again and stay up. And draw the hands away from yourself on an inhale. Palms, let the palms face up. Exhaling, palms together in front of the heart. May we live like the lotus, at home in the muddy waters. Thank you. That's class for today. Do good things for yourself. Drink water. Take care of you. And see where you can do something lovely for yourself today, whether it's just pausing for a few breaths or whatever it is, just something nice. We all have different things that we love. So have a good rest of your evening and notice your interactions with people after class. Love you all. Ciao. And see you next time, 4:30 Wednesdays.